Hey everybody, Jeff here. How's everybody doing today? It just now starting to look like it's gonna rain. Well, it's raining already. It's sprinkled a little bit. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Hope your Wednesday is going great. Hope you guys are keeping up. Now, if you want to get on to my Team Legacy page, you'll have to go find it and request it, or you have to send me an inbox because it's for invites only. And the reason why I'm doing that is there's a lot of people that have other things going on in their life and everything else, and I'm not trying to take up their time. Now, stuff like this where I do my motivational, that's fine. I tell you that you matter, and I mean it, and I kind of tell you what's going on. That's all going to be right here. But when I do training for like business, when I do training for things that you can get ahead in life and stuff like that, I'll be doing it on my Team Legacy page. And the reason why I'm doing that is because, quite frankly, I want to help those that want to be helped. And I tell everybody all the time, look, you matter, you're important, but if you do nothing in life, you get nothing in life. And I'll put this story out there right now. In fact, I just got off of a live call with one of our company's main people are doing a live call right now. But I just wanted to come and talk to everybody real quick because I want to get this out there. There are times in life where you try to help out people. They beg you and beg you and beg you. And I've learned that I don't mind helping people. I love helping people because I've been rock bottom before. You know what? I learned that being on rock bottom gives you a platform. It gives you a base to push back up and start climbing back up. And when you do that over and over and over again, and you keep climbing, and what's funny is sometimes we're climbing, we don't even know what we're climbing out of. And so whenever I've helped people, I don't mind helping people. I don't mind trying to give people a heads up. I don't mind. But what I also like is I know they're going to be successful is when they put forth their own effort and they start seeking out their own way of doing things. No one ever promises anybody a free ride. That's never going to happen in your life. You're going to if you go to a job, what do? You got to learn the job. You got to become proficient at it. It could take you years to get raises. When you go to college, you're just actually whatever job you're going to end up getting into, you're going to hopefully get that job by going to college first so it looks good on a resume or an application. Okay, I always suggest a resume, everybody, okay? Now, when I went to the Marine Corps, I used the Marine Corps to get me into college. They helped me travel, to help me make friends, and stuff like that. And then I came back home, and, I've had one success after another, but I've also had one failure after the other. And there's a lot of people know that I've had some very big failures, and I've had some very, very big successes, okay? I know the difference between what is an asset and what is a liability. And, what's funny is because the majority of my training, where it came from? Majority of my training came from reading every day 11 good pages of book. And I hear people all the time say, well, I can't afford a book or I can't afford a business. Really? You want to know what? If you can go out to a fast food restaurant once a week or a couple times a month, then you can afford to figure out how to do business on your own if you're willing to put in the time and the effort. Now, a lot of people that I talk to, they've tried to take advantage of me. I get that. And I've had people say negative stuff and all this and that. But you want to know something? Here's the difference. I've never gone anywhere. I'm still just as congruent, just as, it's all about time put in, time spent, training, what you do on your downtime, what you do in your home life. Everything's going to lead up to what success is. And so many people out there, they're always asking me, well, how did you become successful? I'm successful at different things. I'm not as successful at everything, okay? Consistency and communication are two of the biggest things that you can have success in, okay? Because the reason why you can have consistency and success is you can't have success without consistency. In other words, when a doctor becomes a doctor, what's the first thing they do? They go to school for about 8 years, even longer if it's a specialty. So they go to school. Then they get out and they got to go find a doctor's office. They got to open one up. So now you're talking about another 10 or 15 years. So in other words, they're not really making any money right away. Yet I have people that come into a business that I'm in, and I tell them, look, we've got schooling, we've got training, but we're going to throw you right into it. Just like if you get into a warehouse, hey, look, let's go start lifting these boxes. Let's do this and that. However, depending on how fast you work or what you do or how fast you move, okay, is what your success level will be. It's not a money amount. Success is based on each individual person. The very first thing I did when I got into my business, okay, and a lot of people know that I've owned businesses, brick and mortar stores. Okay, I've taught, I've been counselors, I've been a psychiatrist, I have. All right, sorry about that. I went over to my Wii Boost. I'm in my Jeep right now, but the weather's starting to turn here. I'm gonna go inside, and I'm kind of waiting for it to be less people in there. All right, so the whole idea with success is this: you can only go so far with the person. Now, one of my mentors, one of my sponsors, the other day told me, he's like, Jeff, you can only do so much with somebody. And that's what I try to tell everybody. Look, I can tell you how to do things. I can help you get you in the door. I can show you the ropes. I can get you to classes. I can teach you the books. I can even, if somebody needs a financial problem, I can help them with that. That's never the problem. The problem is if somebody wants it and all of a sudden, I had one of my best friends. Well, after the first week, well, how come I'm not making, I'm like, you do know it takes about a year to 2 years to 3 years, and you're on the road 40 hours a week. What do you expect? You haven't done anything. 2 years later, how come? You've never even opened a book. You've never even asked a question. You've never even used the service. Now, it's not just me. I'm just talking about other business. Don't take this from mine, okay? I'm talking about other things. And it's funny because they go to any other job. They go to any other profession. But because I'm not the one that did it, they're like, oh yeah, this took me 10 years and I'm making good money, or this took me 10 years. How long is it going to take you to get college? You know how many people have dropped out of college courses they take from home? You know how many Marines I know that went in while they're in the Marine Corps, and we have actually extra time, while we're on ship and everything else, and they find every excuse in the world not to take the college classes when all they got to do is read the book, open up the paperwork, send out a couple emails. That's all they've got to do. But they find ways of not doing it, and then they say, well, that's a scam. That didn't work for me. I didn't go to college. It didn't work for me. University of Phoenix. I always wonder how many people tell the University of Phoenix that they're a big scam because they chose not to do the work or the effort involved to get the degree. Okay? How many people have gone in, and this is one because I know that there's some great people who work here, but how many people go in and they'll look at like a McDonald's job as like a not very good, so they go in and get lazy and they get fired, and they're like, they're going to fire me anyway. No, you didn't have a good work ethic. When we go into the Marine Corps, you know what they teach us right away? You clean a toilet like the Virgin Mary herself is going to be on that throne for hours on end, and you got to clean it till there's not a speck of dust, dirt, fecal matter anywhere, so you could eat it. You could put a steak dinner on, you can eat right off there, and you never get anything. That's how you got to look at life. You've got to go into everything you do, and you got to give it 110%. I have seen people in all professions, from priests to nuns to factory worker to drivers to business owners, they quit. They quit after so long because, it's just not for me. Or all this. But you know how many jobs they go through because it just wasn't for them? And you know why it wasn't for them? Because they didn't want to get through the first part. They didn't want to go through the effort of getting it done. Everybody says, why do you still stick with stuff? Why did you stick with your other businesses for so long? Because I had to give it consistency. I had to make sure to give it enough time to where, if you fail miserably. Just like when you succeed beyond belief. But when you fail, you got to fail too. But guess what? You can get back up, because if you fail, you got to make sure that when you fail right. And I say that because you got to learn from your failures is what I'm talking about before anybody gets weird on me, okay? Now, whenever you go out there and do anything from anybody else, okay? Whether or not you're working in a factory, or if you're going to go drive a truck for a living, okay? Whether you're going to be a lawyer or a doctor, you're going to be going to college, okay? Whether you're going to work at Hy-Vee, County Market, Sam's Club, or something like that, when you go in there, you dress professionally, you go in there, you have a resume, you have your application ready to go, okay? And you basically hit it with both feet on the ground, and you take action. Okay? You don't sit there and say, how come I'm not making $15 an hour? No, you say, what can I do next? What can I do next? Earn everything you do in life. Nothing is going to be given to you. If that person backs into me, don't back into me. Sheesh, I'm in a parking spot. They got plenty of room. Anyway, the whole idea is this. When you get that job and somebody helps you, when you get that job, or you get whatever it is you're doing, and somebody helps you do it, and they put their mind and heart and everything else into it, and then you avoid them because you're going to quit. That's on you, not them. You cannot sit there and say, oh, well, they were planning on firing me when they got you the job. You have to take responsibility for yourself. You got to take, credit for yourself. You can lead a horse to water. You can't force it to drink. Okay? You can get all of its gear off of it. You can get it to the water. It could be perfectly, but if it's not going to drink, it's not going to drink. Then it's the horse's fault. You gave it everything you need to give it. So when you go out there and you do something today, you've got to give it 110%, no matter what it is. Even if it's just sweeping. I had a guy that used to clean toilets. Just saying, he did. And he'd clean them so well in a nightclub. He would actually go in there and clean them so well. He did such a great job. I never wanted to get rid of the guy. Even when he got in trouble everywhere else except for me, I didn't want to get rid of him. You know why? I gave him a raise. Because I knew he could get the job done. I knew he was faithful. I knew he could get it done. And you know what? Instead, I awarded him. When everybody else was kicking him when he was down, I was giving him rewards. I was helping him out. I was doing what I could for him. Why? Because he did good by me. He did good by my standards. And he went far and he exceeded them. Okay? So when I go out and when you go out and you want to help somebody, you want to get them a job, you want to give them a recommendation. You know how many people call me up, hey, can I use your name on a resume, or can I use your name on an application? Do you mind to give me a reference? I'll tell them no. If I cannot trust them, because a lot of times they're going to put your name down anyway. And I tell people, don't use my name unless you ask me why. Because if I give a reference, I'm going to make sure that if they call me, I'm going to tell them why you're good, how you're good. And I know how bosses, I know how managers, I know how owners think. So when I give a reference, I make sure it is a very, very good reference. So we always got to make sure, okay? Sorry, I got all of a sudden, everybody on LinkedIn wants to talk to me now. So all of a sudden, you got to make sure whenever you do good for people, you do good by people, okay? You never take advantage of anybody. Do your best every day. All right, everybody, I'm going to come back live in a minute. I'm going to get in the store now because I think it's starting to clear out a little bit, and I don't want to, there's 11 cases of coronavirus in Quincy right now, and I've got to go to the store real quick, get a couple things. So anyway, be safe, everybody. I'll talk to you in just a bit. Bye.